On your last video, you were talking about something you love and something that you spend a lot of time watching, which is Let's Play, which I still haven't seen it. I'm a bad cousin, sorry. So I decided for this video that I should also talk about something that I love, that maybe you don't quite get. And that is fanfiction. You did ask me a couple of weeks ago as we were talking, like, why fanfiction? So I thought about it, I asked some of my friends, and here's some brief thoughts that I have to say. So first of all, I've been reading fanfiction since I was in like 5th or 6th grade. Like, I distinctly remember reading and writing my very first Dragon Ball Z fanfictions when I was in like 6th grade. So yeah, 6th grade Dragon Ball Z. Flash forward to now, where I am still mainly consuming, not so much writing fan fiction right now. Like, if you ask me, hey Gabby, what you reading right now, it would be a lot of Ballark for the 100, Olicity for Arrow. But anyway, fanfiction is not a new thing. It has gotten a little bit more of media attention recently because of stuff like 50 Shades, which let's not talk about. You know, I have very complicated feelings about 50 Shades, but that's neither here nor there. So yes, fanfiction is not new. It actually goes back to probably the days of Star Trek, where the most popular pairing was Spock and Kirk. These type of stories would be found on fan magazines, fanzines. Now, because of the internet, it's much easier to read and to find fanfic. So when I consume media, I usually get obsessed, to put it lightly, or I connect more with a certain character, usually a certain pairing. For me, shipping is actually important part of my viewing or reading experience, and I understand that a show or a TV show or a movie or a book series can't be just about like that pairing that I want to know about. So that's why I seek out fan fiction, because I am interested in that dynamic, and I know other people are going to be interested in that dynamic, and I will seek out other stories that let me explore more of the feelings of those characters and the dynamic. So I was talking to Victoria about it, and she said that to her, what she loves about fanfiction is the world of possibilities, the what-ifs, the glimpse into our character in a setting or in a way that we can't see on, let's say, shows, for example. I read fanfiction because I'm responding to a certain aspect of the show that the show just can't always be on about. So, like, you know, Ballark isn't going to happen right now, but I still want to see it. I still want to explore it. I still want more of Bellamy and Clark and that dynamic that is drawing me into the show. And if the show isn't going to give it to me, and they don't have to at all, that's what I have fan fiction for. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. I think fan fiction is amazing because it is mainly written by women for women. I also talked to Belen, and she said for her, a lot of it is when it comes from the pairing or the characters that you like are not, your desires for them are not being met by the show at all. That's when she seeks out fan fiction. For example, she is a huge Caroline shipper. That's Klaus and Caroline from the Vampire Diaries slash the originals. That is a pairing that is not happening right now on the show. Why? They're legit. Klaus is in the originals. Caroline is still in the Vampire Diaries, and you know, Klaus has his own, he has Camille in the originals. We hate Camille. And now Stefan and Caroline are sort of together in the Vampire Diaries. And I talk, you know, Belen says, when I look at Stefan and Caroline, for example, she says, she doesn't see what other people see. She doesn't connect what they connect to, and she just, it does nothing for her. What she does connect to is Klaus and Caroline. And since she's not getting anything on that on the show, she goes online and she finds other people who feel the same way that she does, and she gets to read a lot of stories where Klaus and Caroline are together. For me, I think it also just boils down to I don't want my time with these characters to be over. I love TV more than movies because I like hanging out with characters on a more regular basis. I like to have more time with them. I like to get to know them better. And fanfiction is a continuation for that in a lot of ways for me. I get to hang out with these characters even further. I get to see them in different settings. I get to explore and play with them a bit. And I like seeing people's imaginations. I like seeing what they come up with. I like, I will read Game of Thrones like a modern alternate universe, and I'll try to be like, all right, how is this author gonna explain away Jaime and Brienne and Jaime's incestuous relationship with his siblings? I don't know. It amuses me. It makes me happy. Whatever. And other than that, to me, fanfiction, and for a lot of people, fanfiction is just a way to write because you want to. as a kid, the first couple of things that I wrote were fan fictions, and it helps you build your confidence as a writer. It helps you practice. You've got instant feedback, which is amazing and unheard of, and it's just great. Also, as a writer, sometimes it's a little scary to come up with your own characters, and fan fiction gives you a way to make that jump into actually writing, but with other people's characters, and you get to practice how to write in other people's voices, and then you get a little bit more adventurous, and it's really fun, and it's really exciting, and I don't know. To me, I love the fact that there's people out there who use the internet to tell more stories about the characters that I love, and they do it for free, and they do it because they like it, and they're so long and so good. Not everything is that 50 Shades. I genuinely think that there's so many good writers that write fan fiction, and that's the only way that I would have ever found them. They don't. Some of them write professionally, most of them don't. They do it as a hobby, but that doesn't mean that they're not damn good at it. I don't know, I like it a lot. I like supporting people's passions that way. I like sharing a love for a character or a show or a frustration. Ooh, that's another thing. Fanfictions is a way related to the Clara line thing, where I feel like fans get to sort of rewrite and air their frustrations to a certain extent. Like, I remember in Glee, sometimes I wouldn't be satisfied with how this or that character was being portrayed on the show. So fanfiction was a way for the fans to either like figure out how to make your favorite character's actions like make sense, or to like explain it away. Like, a lot of people are doing that right now with Arrow because of the whole secret child thing. Ugh. For example, Teen Wolf is a show where most of my favorite characters are gone, so fanfiction gives me a way to still see them on a pretty consistent basis, because that's just the reality, is that they're not in the show anymore. Fanfiction for me, a lot of it is just like instant gratification. I want more and I want it now. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess, yes, why do I love fanfiction? Because I get to hang out with my favorite characters for a little bit longer. I get to see them in really different and interesting ways. Sometimes through fan fiction, I get interested in dynamics that I didn't see before on the show, and then I go back and I revisit them, and I think they're really cool. I like that, especially in a very active fandom, you can find any type of fan fiction for any type you want. Their tropes in fan fiction are really fun and really exciting. I know them all. Pretend dating. I feel like at some point I should like go a little bit, explore a little bit of tropes, but I don't want to go into that right now. But fanfiction tropes are like amazing, and you won't have fully experienced your favorite ship or your OTP if you haven't read an alternate universe barista or coffee shop fic. What does that mean? It means a fanfiction, for example, where Styles is a barista and Derek is the grouchy customer who comes in every week, and obviously they're gonna fall in love. This is fanfiction. What do you think? Or maybe one where Felicity needs Oliver to pretend to be her date for her like college best friend's wedding because of reasons. Who cares what the reasons are? And then somehow once you're there, they also have to save the world, and the fate of the world depends on them pretending to be dating because, again, reasons. Who cares? It's fun. It's enjoyable. Oh, it's so much fun. I get excited just thinking about it. So I don't know. I hope this has started to explain why fanfiction appeals to me. I like the sense of community. I like people getting excited about the same thing. I like this little world with this little language that I understood Stan appealed to. And there's so many birds right now. I'm sorry. I don't know what you can, I cannot hear. If you do want to explore fanfiction, currently Archive of Our Own, Tumblr are the best places to go. It used to be LiveJournal, and there's still fanfiction.net, but I just, you know, want to go there. If there's a show or something that you feel you might want to be interested in, let me know. Gloriana once in a while will venture into archive, and I know she's read a couple of Ballark stuff. It's something, interestingly, it's also something that I still share with my friends. Like, Victoria will still read fanfiction, but I still reads fanfiction, Valeria still reads fanfiction. Valeria and I will send each other, like, angsty fanfictions once in a while, the long ones, the good ones. It used to be mainly Twilight, which let's not talk about, But yeah. So it's fun to play around with other people's characters sometimes. I know a lot of authors, like Diana Gabaldon, don't exactly feel the same way, but I like it. Bye. See you later. Whatever.